What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we have to talk about what seems like, at least right now, the conclusion to the Ezra Miller story, at least for now. We'll see what it goes into the future, but from the Rolling Stones, weird outlets will be reporting this news, I personally think, but the word on the street is that WB held basically an impromptu meeting because of Ezra's behavior over the past couple weeks, and in that meeting, it was decided to reportedly, these are all reported things, reportedly pause any future Flash project. They won't be happening as of right now. Now, it's a little odd, and like the blurbs, I think you have to be a subscriber to the Rolling Stones, and nobody is posting like the actual, I think they will eventually, but nobody's posting the actual article as of yet. But it seems like the headline kind of words, right, like the big things that make the headlines of everybody else writing things on, is just that. It's not very specific if they mean The Flash, like the one that got delayed and now is coming out, next June, I think is when it's supposed to come out, right? Or next year, let's say 2023. I don't know if it means that or if it means Flash-related things after that. I'm going to assume, though, it also means that movie, because if you think about it, that movie is Ezra front and center. You know what I mean? So like if it's punishment, if it's to save face, if you're Warner Bros, right? Why would you have that film release as of right now? The last news of this part was that Ezra had like frequent mental issues, let's just say, on the set of The Flash. Ezra would like question, it's weird. It's very, very weird. Honestly, Ezra's losing it. In fact, that's actually what people are describing. You know, what happened on set is that there was no yelling, there was no violence, there was nothing, excessive like that. Obviously, Ezra just takes that out on pregnant women and 23-year-olds and, dart players at bars. But on set, likes to just, keep calm. But no, look, all jokes aside, and it's what I've been saying over the past couple of days, and like I said, I hope this is the last time we have to address this, at least for a while. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Ezra Miller, get help. Warner Bros, let's talk about you for a second. Give Ezra help. This is it's funny in a way. It's also sad in a way, depends on how messed up your mind is. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why? Now, Ezra clearly is mentally unstable. There's nothing wrong with admitting it. Now, you need help with that, though. Like, there's nothing wrong with admitting it, but you can't have something like this be happening. I think just in general, if you have the resources in this case, right, to get freaking help yourself, okay? This should not be happening, these kind of instances. Now, you can live your life however you want to. If you want to be a nut job and be losing it on your own time, go ahead. But when you start assaulting people and getting arrested for it, now you've made your problem other people's problems, and that's where I draw the line. And I think that's where a lot of people should probably draw the line. Do you know what I mean? So, again, I want Ezra to get help. I want Ezra's life to turn around. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, and I've said that in every single video. At the same time, I do believe in this specific case, there should be punishments, not even from a fairness level, right? You do one thing to Johnny Depp, you don't do one thing to Amber Heard. Now, what are you doing with Ezra Miller? Well, now it seems like they are doing something with Ezra Miller, which, by the way, is creating a fantastic backlash online against Warner Bros. For a couple of reasons. First reason, the number one thing I think I've seen people, the number one thing I think I've seen people say is, where in God's name was this response for Amber Heard? And I'm loving the fact that that's number one, okay? Really, number one probably should be, well, why didn't you try to help Ezra? That probably should, and that's number two, in terms of the hierarchy of what people are saying. Number one is, great, this is probably the right decision. Again, and I've said it before, like, I hate cancel culture. I hate it, and I do believe it's real and all that jazz, and those can be videos I make in the future if you don't believe me or, whatever, but I believe in it. I believe that it exists. I don't believe that, like, we should do it. But again, like, these are serious freaking things. These, like, you don't just get to go around and literally attack people. I'm sorry you don't. You know what I mean? So, at some point, there does need to be legit. You can't just hide behind, and I don't really see many people saying it, but you can't really hide behind, well, Ezra should get help. This is a troubled person. Just get help. Yeah, you can say that, and I hope that it happens, but it doesn't excuse what Ezra has done. It just does. There needs to be ramifications. There, both in terms of, I guess, like keeping law and order like a real thing. You know what I mean? Like you do something that's wrong, you get punished. Like to keep that thing going, which really keeps society going. I know that's making a bigger thing out of it than it is, but you have that. But then you also have the standards of Warner Bros. Now you could be asking yourself, or you could be asking me, Alex, what standards? Good question. There is no answer to that. There are no standards at Warner Bros. Because again, that opens up that main discussion, right? I've said it before, I'll say it again. The Johnny Depp, Amber Heard stuff, I'm sure both were at fault to some degree. I think Amber Heard was I think Amber Heard deserves more punishment, or punishment in general, versus Johnny Depp, but I'm sure they both didn't do amazing things. If you're gonna cancel one, you better cancel the other. And really, can we not do either? I really don't have a problem. Well, at this point, like how I view Amber Heard is just so so foggy from what maybe it once was like 10 years ago. So I don't know if I can make this judgment unbiased, right? But like, can we leave them alone? Can we, like, don't cancel anybody? You know what I mean? In that case, because ultimately, again, yes, the stuff that they're, accusing each other of and the stuff that's going into court, I mean, it is real stuff, and it doesn't scream like perfect person, it doesn't scream role model. I understand that. At the same time, it's not winding either of them up in jail. It just isn't, right? Whereas Ezra takes that next step and does, it does lead to jail. So you can't do it. You can't, from a standards perspective from Warner Bros., allow it. And I guess I don't want to harp on it too much because, number one, I've done it, in videos in the past. And number two, they are taking actions now against Ezra. Now, again, though, the thing is, well, where was the help? So the rumor is, if it's true, the rumor is Ezra Miller was having breakdowns on the set of The Flash. I mean, to boil it down, that's what was happening. So this progressive and this company that preaches all this great stuff, and they're doing all this great stuff with society, and they're representing everybody and all that stuff. They're so great that when they see a human being literally losing their minds on set for months at a time, they don't think, well, the right thing to do would maybe approach Ezra and say, hey, how's it going? Or also maybe just take that step on your own and try to get help. You know what I mean? So it's just funny that we have another progressive kind of company that preaches all these things. They're very talkative. They lecture. They love to tell us what to do. They like to tell us what to think and how good or how bad we are. But then when they see one of their own employees, that's what Ezra is an employee of Warner Bros., losing their mind, you don't do anything about it. You don't do it. And then you let it continue. You let it spin out of control, which is what we're seeing right now with the arrests and stuff. And then, well, Fantastic Beasts. See, this is so much worse than they could have ever imagined it. And again, I love it. Now, I want justice for Johnny Depp. I want justice. I want lives to be turned around. I don't wish for anything like nefarious or fully evil to happen to like anybody, really, or at least not maybe most people. I really do believe that. But at the same time, I love to see Hollywood burn. I love to see these companies die and just fall apart. And, replacing Johnny Depp, firing Johnny Depp, keeping Amber Heard was enough to upset a lot of people. And I do think Fantastic Beasts 3 is going to suffer greatly for not having Johnny Depp. I just feel it. I can feel it. Now, you have Ezra Miller doing all this stuff. And again, Ezra Miller is like the fourth main character Credence is the fourth main character in this movie. And it comes out next week. They were doing the press thing last week and this week. This is the worst time, if you're Warner Bros., for this stuff to happen, right? Because everybody's eyes is on Ezra. And if we're keeping standards the same, Ezra's like the devil at this point, compared to like Johnny Depp and stuff. So like, how do you in your conscience... Now, by the way, I'm not guilt tripping or guilt shaming anybody from watching. I'm saying I'm playing their game. See what I mean? If you see the movie, and that's totally cool. I'm not going to tell you can't consume entertainment. That's your right. But it's just funny. Again, you have to play their game how they look at it. So they're, well, we got to get Johnny Depp and that kind of attitude out of here. And so, oh man, we're done with that kind of controversy. Well, you're not, because people really are on his side. They're not on Amber Heard's side. Really, the only people that are on her side is the biggest of the mainstream media. That's kind of it. Public opinion is not on your side whatsoever. So you've already lost that, and you already have that hanging over your head. And now you have all this Ezra Miller stuff literally happening a week or two before the movie comes out. I mean, it is the worst timing for this film. And again, I'm not shaming anybody for seeing it. I'm like literally just saying the optics are horrible, and I don't think the movie's gonna do all that amazing. And the Flash stuff, I get pausing it, and obviously you can pause stuff like that when it's coming out in another year. And again, if they mean future projects after the base movie, The Flash, then yeah, you're talking years in advance. This stuff with Ezra happened like 2 weeks ago, this arrest, right? So it's like you can't pull fantastic. Again, they're in a lose-lose situation because it happens like 2-3 weeks before the movie comes out. You understand, really, I think anybody could understand from like a business, trying like growth and revenue. I don't think you can, like, how do you even rationalize to yourself pulling the movie, right? But then on the other side, again, it's a lose-lose because it's like, well, you could pull it, and then, oh my God, you'll never recover. You're going to lose all that money, all that stuff. But on the other hand, it's like, well, or you could keep somebody who's causing you a lot of issues and doing much worse things than Johnny Depp and probably Amber Heard have ever done. And you have that person in your film as the fourth main star. Meanwhile, you fired the other one that you considered whatever you wanted to consider Johnny Depp at the time, right? It's nuts. So I do mean it. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Ezra, get help. Warner Bros, maybe get Ezra help. Besides all that, I want to watch it burn. I want it to burn, and we are watching it burn, so I guess I'm having my way. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.